Good morning, and welcome to One World Spiritual Center on this, the last Sunday of August 2021. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Reverend Chris Kell, and I'm filling in for Reverend Melanie this morning, which is why you don't see her beautiful garden in the background. Thank you all for joining us for the One World online gathering, especially if this is your first time with us. We are so happy and pleased you found us. Today is the last day for our series on healing. So far, we have heard about different kinds of healing: spiritual prayer, holistic healing, sacred healing, and tikkun olam, or healing the world, as well as one path we can follow to find healing. Today, I am going to finish up the series by talking about how we heal, what we ourselves can do to enable our own healing. We will also enjoy our wonderful One World music, engage in prayer time, and offer a blessing for our children as we celebrate the community we are here at One World. We appreciate your willingness to be here with us for this celebration of life. And so now, if you will, settle in and bring your awareness to this moment when the cares of your personal life and the world can be laid aside for just a while. We are grateful for this respite from chaos as we slip into the peace and calm of the present moment. Let the joy of right now sustain you as you move forward into your day and the coming week. To get started this morning, I'd like to begin with an opening prayer by Buddhist teacher and author Lama Surya Das. And it goes like this. We who need help, pray for the healing of our physical, emotional, and spiritual pains and difficulties. Source of blessings and power, heal us, empower us, and bless us. We realize that we can't do it alone, and we ask for blessings from all those who have the power to help, elevate, and heal. We ask for help from the sacred that is above us. We ask for the support of those around us, our families, friends, and communities. We pray for the wisdom to find ways to help ourselves. We ask for guidance to help us ease our way and heal our hearts. May we open ourselves to the mystery that is beyond us, the source from which we are never apart. May we be happy and whole, and may energy grow and pour through us for the benefit of one and all. May we dance and lift up our hands and our hearts in praise and rejoicing. And now, please lift up your hands and hearts in praise and rejoicing as you enjoy this inspirational music.
So being of service, we're just going to keep singing this song each week until this unit is over, because in being of service, it's the big things, it's the small things. It's Fiona and it's smiling at the lady who's having a bad day in the supermarket. It's that small. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world.
morning. I am Linda Wendt, and I am a congregant and a board member here at One World Spiritual Center, and I am excited to be with you this morning, and I'll be leading us through our prayer time. First, I wanted to give you an update on Nick, Melanie's son. Nick had spinal surgery this last Thursday, and he is recovering, still in the hospital. He'll be there for the next couple of days or a few days, and the outcome of the surgery went very well. This is kind of groundbreaking surgery. A lot of these doctors have not done this type of surgery before. So Nick is kind of a trailblazer in that regard. And it is just, we are so grateful that the surgery went well and that he is in such great care with these doctors. So today I wanted to take a couple of minutes to just get in that heart space. And let's put Melanie and Nick in that heart space and just send them lots of love. Melanie is there in the hospital with him, tending after him. And just send them lots of love and healing energy as Nick continues his path to recovery. I want to offer a prayer of gratitude for all the doctors and nurses that have taken care of him last week and the ones that continue to take care of him this week and in the days ahead. We are so thankful for all of the time and attention that they have given. And we are so thankful for Nick. Nick is such a role model for life. He has such a zest for life with all of his joy and gratitude and laughter and his appreciation for everything. We love you, Nick. We hope you have a speedy recovery so that you can come home. And we can't wait till you return home. We love you. God bless you. Next, I wanted to do a prayer. Last week, Melanie did a prayer for another congregant, Linda, her sister-in-law, who had COVID. And I'm here to tell you that, unfortunately, Pam had COVID and made her transition this last week. And which leaves her brother Bobby in pain and some exhaustion. So right now, if we can return back to our heart space and put Bobby and Pam and Linda all in that heart space. Let's surround them with love and compassion. And let's see an angel of mercy right there beside Bobby, helping to comfort him and helping him to focus on the love that he had for Pam. And let's see Bobby release Pam to her highest and greatest self, her greatest good. And let's remind Bobby that all his communication now is heart to heart. There's no more distance between them. And that he knows that Pam is there, right there by his side. And in the days and weeks to come, let's hold Bobby in our hearts and surround him in comfort and peace so that he can feel that for himself. And this is what we ask, and so it is. Amen. And I wanted to do one more prayer. And this is a prayer for the world. This is actually a prayer out of the Miracle Worker's Handbook by Jacob Glass. And I'll read that now. It goes, God is with us now. She has a plan for the world. We believe that God is all good and everywhere present. We believe in the power of her love here on earth. We believe that she wills that the planet be healed. We now begin to see the world as God would have it be. All life is now cradled in her loving arms. There is no place on earth that her light does not touch. We now call upon her holy name to heal this world. Divine love is now flowing through every country and nation. Every man, woman, and child is embraced in perfect love. There is no poverty, pain, sickness, nor lack in God. There is an abundant universe, and there are more than enough resources for everyone to have all that they need. Every person and nation now draws to them all that they need in order to be happy, healthy, safe, and loved. Under God's plan, everyone wins and no one loses. Greed, addictions, anger, prejudice, and sickness all dissolve in the miracle of divine restoration. The need to be right is released and dissolves. All of nature is being brought into harmony as the plants, animals, and all living things are restored to their natural state of being. The citizens and leaders of every nation are now being awakened to the truth of our oneness. All beings everywhere are being lifted up to their highest and their best. We recognize the sacredness of all life. We are all healed together. Here and now we give our life to God that we may be used as instruments of healing and change. We recognize our importance in this plan for the salvation of the world. May we do no harm. May we help wherever we can. Use us, Lord. We are yours. Thank you, and now I hope you enjoy our opening song.
I am free to believe in endless possibility. I live a light that shines all through the night as I open to all I can be. I am free to believe in endless possibility. I live a light that shines all through the night as I open to all I can be. I am free to believe in endless possibility. I live a light that shines all through the night as I open to all I can be. Again, I am free to believe in endless possibility. I live a light that shines all through the night as I open to all I can be. One more time. I am free to believe
shines all through the night as I open to all I can be. As I open to all I can be. As I open to all I can be.
Good morning. It's good to be with you all again. The weather here in Minneapolis is just about perfect as we're getting some much needed rain to relieve the drought conditions present in most all of Minnesota. I hope the weather where you are is just as perfect, no matter where you are. Today is the last Sunday to talk about our theme of how we heal. I've talked a lot about spiritual healing this month from the perspective of the healer. But what about the person asking for healing? How do we go about healing the self, capital S, as well as the self with a small s? Spiritual healing is about working with illness, dis-ease, and disharmony from multiple perspectives. When using spiritual healing to address illness, we focus on bringing harmony back to reinforce a person's total health, body, heart, mind, and soul. And today, I want to briefly present 5 ways we can encourage and enhance healing. Please note, it is not my intention to provide personal medical advice. If you are ill or suffering from any disease or medical condition, please consult the medical practitioner of your choice. The comments I offer here are suggestions to enhance your medical care, not to take the place of professional advice. People very often choose habits and lifestyles that create imbalance, disharmony, and dis-ease. Unfortunately, many of us do not know how to help ourselves when it comes to healing, depending instead on, primarily or even exclusively, on medical science and its practitioners to do the work for us. We have been conditioned over centuries to rely on outside experts for advice and guidance at the expense of listening to our body's own intuitive inner guidance for discerning the causes of our ailments and the knowledge of how to heal them. Allopathic medicine is designed to treat the physical signs of illness and disease, the aches and pains and debilitating symptoms of the wide variety of conditions that can surface in the human body. Spiritual healing, on the other hand, addresses the root causes of the condition itself, not just how it presents in the body, but why it's showing up here and now. In other words, allopathic healing treats the small s self, while spiritual healing treats the self with a large S. Both methods of healing are important, but while we are quick to go see the doctor when we feel bad, often we don't even think of visiting our inner doctor, our intuition and spiritual insight to discern the source of our discomfort and how to eliminate it. According to Dr. Wayne Jonas, a distinguished and well-respected medical doctor and research scientist, only 20% of healing comes from the external treatments used by medical professionals. Ideally, the other 80% comes from constructing a meaningful treatment response, unique to you, the patient, that is internal and highly personal, using simple principles and methods. He also says that we should be able to activate our own inherent healing processes and get our physicians and other medical practitioners on board to create a healing program that will accelerate our healing journey, making the whole process safer, more effective, and less expensive. Good reason to at least be open to spiritual healing practices, yet unfortunately, modern medical science still ignores holistic healing methods, and for the most part, we are the ones who suffer. When we get sick, spiritual healers tell us that it is because we have fallen away from or forgotten our divine heritage and purpose. Spiritual healing, including many holistic practices as well as healing prayer, help bring both mind and body back into alignment with our divinity. In treating any condition, but especially when treating serious illness and chronic disease, using an integrative process, that is, employing a combination of conventional, complementary, and lifestyle medicines, is necessary for attaining and maintaining good health. Lifestyle medicine is described by Dr. Jonas as the merger of conventional medicine and behavioral lifestyles in the form of self-care, such as nutrition, exercise, and stress management. I would add another dimension to his definition, that is, the spiritual dimension. So today, I would like to talk briefly about 5 practices or characteristics, in no particular order of importance, that take advantage of all 3 medical systems and can help the body, mind, and spirit in the healing process. The first one is obvious: self-care. The term self-care covers a broad spectrum of practices and, of course, includes all 3 areas of care I just mentioned: allopathic, holistic, and lifestyle. While it is imperative to be proactive in a program that includes professional care, exercise, and proper nutrition, it also is important to be attentive to the little things in life that bring you simple joy. This means you might include personal indulgences like reading, taking a long, quiet bath, spending time in nature, maybe enjoying a day spa. Try energy movements you can do yourself, like breathing exercises, yoga, qigong, and tai chi. If you need a new interest or hobby, try learning about an energy healing practice you may not be familiar with, or working with crystals, flower essences, pendulums, and pyramids. Anything that piques your interest and provides satisfaction and pleasure. Journaling about your story, joining a support group, playing a musical instrument, dancing, and painting may be other good options. Volunteer work is another way of gaining personal satisfaction, both from the actual activity and the opportunity to be of service to others. Getting out of yourself and into working with others can lift you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, as well as relieve both your stress level and any isolation and loneliness you may be experiencing. Studies indicate that spending time in nature will also help to lower stress and regulate the nervous system, bringing it into a state of calm equilibrium. But even without studies, we know that nature awakens a sense of wonder and connection within us, making it easier for the spirit to recognize itself as a part of everything. Another aspect of self-care is to not be too afraid or too proud to ask for help, both human and divine. As Asha talked about a couple of weeks ago, our path to healing is one of vulnerability, courage, and compassion for ourselves. Asking for help, whether physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual, is not a sign of weakness. It is simply one step on the path to wholeness. The next practice involves the breath. Lama Surya Das tells us that the Holy Spirit, or inner light, can be understood as the breath. He says the word breath in many ancient languages also refers to spirit. No wonder that to be with breath is to be in the spirit and heal the spirit. The practice of being fully with one's breath is to get embodied and in the present moment. In this way, there's no pushing away from what is unwanted in your body. There's no rejection of where you're at. Let yourself find a natural rhythm of breathing, letting yourself be present with each breath. Breathe, relax, focus, center, and smile. We take over 17,000 breaths a day. Inside the breath you just took, there are more molecules of air than there are grains of sand on all the world's beaches. We inhale and exhale some 30 pounds of these molecules every day, far more than what we eat or drink. Developing the practice of deep breathing can generate the self-healing powers of our body and result in positive physiological changes. Our breath can relax the body and leave us feeling more energized. It can help our mind focus, stop a negative thought from occurring or minimize its effect, and alter our emotional state to reduce the impact of stress. Master breathwork therapist Dan Brule teaches that ordinary breathing becomes a powerful spiritual practice when we add conscious intention to it. The spirit of breath is always with us, ready and willing to support us with real and powerful physical forces. We can use deep breathing to intentionally create an environment favorable to healing. The spirit of breath is flowing through you right now. All you have to do is consciously turn to it, focus on it, and put it to work on your behalf. You can use conscious breathing to strengthen your resolve or reignite your passion. You can use spiritual breathing to bring in energy from a higher source, and you can use conscious breathing to release physical, psychological, or emotional blocks. The next practice I want to talk about is forgiveness. While forgiveness means different things to different people, according to the Mayo Clinic, it generally involves a decision to let go of resentment, blame, grudges, and thoughts of revenge. Forgiveness can lessen the grip of an offending hurt or act and help free you from the control of the person who harmed you. Forgiveness can even lead to feelings of understanding, empathy, and compassion for the one who hurt you. Forgiveness doesn't require forgetting or excusing the harm done to us or making up with the person who caused the harm, although that may happen. Rather, it brings a kind of peace that helps us go on with life. It's something we do for our own benefit. It has nothing to do with the other person's feelings of remorse or lack of remorse. It takes place within our own mind, creating an escape route for the negative energy that is circulating due to pain and hurt. Research has found that the act of forgiveness and letting go of grudges and bitterness can reap huge rewards for your health, lowering the risk of heart attack, improving cholesterol levels, improving sleep, reducing pain and blood pressure, lowering levels of anxiety, depression, hostility, and stress, reduced substance abuse, higher self-esteem, healthier relationships, and greater life satisfaction. Mahatma Gandhi said, "The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is an attribute of the strong." Forgiveness takes great strength, compassion, and understanding, and can benefit us all on all levels. It calms us and enables us to let go of unhealthy anger. Moreover, deliberate replacement of negative feelings with positive emotions can become a form of personal transformation that can lead to emotional healing along with improved physical health. The Dalai Lama reminds us that the practice of forgiveness cultivates an acceptance of harm and injuries inflicted by others, and is a form of patience and tolerance. Forgiveness can neutralize anger and resentment, which may then encourage compassion and the practice of loving kindness, as well as foster inner feelings of resilience, courage, and endurance, all inner attitudes that assist us in the healing process. Self-forgiveness is also an important step in our healing that involves releasing negative emotions directed towards the self and nurturing positive emotions such as compassion, generosity, and love of self. Empathy, or sharing the emotions of others, is another possible positive outcome of self-forgiveness as we come to understand the other's pain, anger, and woundedness by understanding and forgiving our own. And now we come to attitude. An attitude of forgiveness is one powerful attribute in the healing process, one of a huge list of helpful attitudes that is practically unending. So I'll just mention a few more I feel are paramount in the healing process. Research studies have shown that for many people, an attitude of gratitude improved overall life satisfaction and increased feelings of optimism about the future. Practicing gratitude was consistently linked to greater well-being as measured by mood, coping behaviors, health behaviors, and physical symptoms. Myrtle Fillmore, founder of Unity, believed that we must express gratitude for our bodies regularly. In her words, our first duty then is to bless our body, to praise its wonderful work, to learn what its needs are, and to supply them. Next, being able to feel gratitude for any affliction or problem is an act of humility in the spiritual sense, an attitude through which we appreciate the self we have received from the divine and the awesomeness of who we are and what we can achieve. Through the attitude of humility, we recognize divine authority and the concept of not my will, but thine be done. With humility comes the willingness to accept our situation. However, it does not mean we simply resign and give up, but rather the opposite, an understanding that whatever the outcome, it will be in our highest and best good. And with that understanding comes the will to work with spirit to achieve the desired result. Along with humility comes the attitudes of faith and trust. As I talked about earlier this month, I believe faith and trust are the foundation for spiritual healing and a requisite for the healer. So then, in acting as the healer in our own self-care process, it is incumbent upon us to adhere to an unshakable faith and trust in an all-loving, all-powerful, universal presence, however named. Myrtle Fillmore was in the end stage of tuberculosis when she attended a lecture by metaphysician Dr. E.B. Weeks way back in 1886 and learned of her infinite potential for divine healing through the use of affirmative prayer. In her words, the light of God revealed to us that life was of God, that we were inseparably one with the source, and that we inherited from the divine and perfect Father. I began to claim my birthright and to act as though I believed myself the child of God, filled with His life. It took Myrtle's body 2 years to finally eradicate all signs of her tuberculosis, and after that, she was never sick with any illness again in her life. The practice of positive self-talk is another powerful motivator. Start by following one simple rule. Don't say anything to yourself that you wouldn't say to anyone else. People who have positive attitudes are healthier. A positive attitude also allows for constructive thinking. It enables you to think about solutions and believe that you can find them. It means being active about solving problems, and that means taking an active part in your self-care. It is not enough to just believe that things will turn out okay. You also need to be actively thinking about constructive solutions and executing them. The stressful experience of chronic pain can lead to people being unable to live their lives unencumbered and becoming isolated, which in turn will lead to the emotional pain of loneliness in addition to their physical pain. An attitude of compassion and sympathy for others can help everyone move forward. We can support our friends and family by encouraging them to be open to a renewed meaning in life, to feel pride in their accomplishments, and to be aware of the joy and forgiveness they can still experience. They need to know they are loved. In this way, we support ourselves as well. Edgar Cayce referred to the essentials of spirituality more often than perhaps any other medical intuitive in his almost 15,000 intuitive readings. It was perhaps more often than any other concept in his readings. He emphasized that people should reach for the ideal, often stating that physical illnesses were the result of unsatisfactory attitudes, while pointing out that love, kindness, and patience, what he called the fruits of the Spirit, were essential spiritual ideals. Hate, malice, and jealousy only create poisons within the minds, souls, and bodies of people. And talking about the disease implications of negative attitudes, Dr. Norman Shealy tells us that we cannot afford the luxury of fear, anxiety, anger, guilt, depression, prejudice, dislike, hatred, resentment, greed, or ignorance, no matter what the cause. In his opinion, the antidotes are joy, laughter, happiness, serenity, peacefulness, optimism, forgiveness, patience, tolerance, compassion, and love. Prayer, meditation, and mindfulness is the last practice I want to include. Prayer takes many forms, requires no religion, and can happen anytime, anywhere. Think of prayer as a moment of intense, well-directed conversation. A conversation with something greater than yourself. It's turning inward to find your deepest inner strength and your greatest place of comfort. Prayer can be an expression of gratitude, a plea for help, a moment of reflection, or really whatever you want it to be. Prayer is the simplest form of self-care and has been found to be the most common complementary medical intervention used in the United States. There is increasing evidence to suggest that prayer may reduce stress, alleviate pain, and ease the symptoms of some chronic health conditions. Contemplative prayer, in particular, has been shown to have a powerful effect on stress and anxiety, lowering heart rate and improving mood. According to the meditation gurus on Gaiam website, people struggling with chronic pain or other medical conditions can use healing meditation to feel better in body and spirit, relieve anxiety, and to encourage and empower the healing process. Healing meditation often incorporates visualization techniques, and some people report dramatic results, while others simply appreciate the reduction in stress that comes from sitting quietly and focusing the mind on healing imagery. Mindfulness is a form of self-awareness, described as a state of being in the present moment and accepting things for what they are without judgment. When you are mindful, your attention is in the current moment. You become keenly aware of yourself and your surroundings, but you simply observe these things as they are. Mindfulness can be practiced right in the middle of stressful situations. While being mindful, you can still remain alert and respond appropriately to the situation at hand, but without resorting to automatic knee-jerk reactions. Combining prayer, meditation, and mindfulness with affirmative self-care lifestyle choices such as a healthy diet, regular exercise, and good sleep all enhance the positive effects of these practices. Spending time in nature, breathing exercises, the practice of forgiveness, spending time with loved ones, and trying to maintain a good attitude should also improve your results. Our thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and attitudes can positively or negatively affect our biological functioning. In other words, our minds can affect how healthy our bodies are. On the other hand, what we do with our physical body, what we eat, how much we exercise, even our posture, can impact our mental state, again, positively or negatively. This results in a complex interrelationship between our minds and bodies. Myrtle Fillmore recognized these truths. She taught that God is inside each person. Sometimes we pray to a God outside of ourselves, she says. It is the God in the midst of us that frees and heals. You need to think of God, the all-powerful healer, as being already within you in every part of your mind, heart, and body. Dr. Jonas has discovered that same truth today, and he tells us that there is an inherent healing capacity within us all that, when properly released, can produce remarkable recovery, health, and happiness. What is needed now, he says, is a willingness to bring healing back into healthcare. And that means it is up to us, the 80%, to be responsible for our own care, using all the tools available to us to create our own unique paths to healing. Thank you, and good health to all. We'll now hear today's reading presented by Tim Rainey.
Good morning, everyone. Today's reading is taken from the Introduction to Prayers for Healing, written by His Holiness the Dalai Lama and edited by Maggie Oman. When people are overwhelmed by illness, we must give them physical relief, but it is equally important to encourage the spirit through a constant show of love and compassion. It is shameful how often we fail to see what other people desperately require is human affection. Deprived of human warmth and a sense of value, other forms of treatment prove less effective. Real care of the sick does not begin with costly procedures, but with the simple gift of affection and love.
Thank you so much for your ongoing generosity. You can easily donate to One World. Just go to our website, click on the Giving tab at the top, then the Donate link, and then this page will appear. And as you can see, there is a large Donate Now button in the center. That will take you to our giving app called Tithely. Or you can send a check to the address shown in the center of the page. Or you can also give using the PayPal link. Again, thank you so much for your continued generosity and support. For our announcements today, I first want to thank everyone that has contributed and made this service possible in the absence of both Reverend Melanie Eyre and also our music director who is on vacation, Asha Lightbearer. So thank you to everyone. We are so blessed to have so many people step up and fill in to make this service happen. And last, but certainly not least, we thank all of you for watching today. We are so thankful to have you in our community, and we are so blessed to be able to connect with you every Sunday. Again, we can't thank you enough. For our second announcement, Tim Rainey, the president of our One World Board, will be talking about Lake Lanier at our community circles this Wednesday night. Tim had given a class on this for another organization, and many people expressed an interest in learning more about Lake Lanier and the management he does at his job on a day-to-day basis. So join us this Wednesday evening as we will learn more about how to manage a lake and also the benefits that Lake Lanier provides not only locally, but regionally and nationally. And of course, we will learn why Lake Lanier is not really a lake. We thought this would be a fun topic to do right before we take our late summer, early fall break for the next 2 weeks. So join us this Wednesday. And if you do not have our Zoom meeting information, either email or call us with the information at the bottom of the slide so we can get that information right out to you.
Hello all. I am Reverend Rebecca. I am the Spiritual Director at One World Spiritual Center. This week, we will talk about order in our life. There's all types of order. There's chronological order. There's order by numbers. And there's order in the court. But we're going to talk about divine order, the spiritual order that we have within us. And we're going to have fun doing it. So let's go ahead and bless our children. We love you. We bless you, we appreciate you, and we thank God for you. And so it is.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm Ellen Rich Fox, a member of One World's Board of Trustees, and I'm personally glad to be able to come on and thank you for joining and listening or watching with us today. I do hope you enjoyed our service and hope you'll consider coming back again. If you have any comments or questions about One World or would just like additional information, please send us an email at oneworldspiritualcenter.net and we'll get back to you as quickly as we can. I hope you have a blessed week, and thanks again for joining us. Come back again next week.
Hit it, boys.
Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. Peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. Love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. Joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now.
All right. Have a great week, everybody, and we will see you next time. Same place, same